Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little DIY project. This is kind of going to be a hit or miss, but I wanted to try it out because I have seen this a lot on Instagram. Now, I am not licensed, nor was I trained for this. This is just me from what I see in the videos and what I think this new trend basically is. So on Instagram, I come across this video where they do brow lamination. So what this is a treatment which is pretty expensive and is very similar to a lash lift. Basically perm and mold your eyebrow hairs to go a certain way. So just like a lash lift would curl your lashes, this would kind of lift your lashes. So they're calling it brow lamination. I also believe they call it a brow lift. It's kind of similar to this look that I have, which I do with soap. Now, I wanted to try this because I want to avoid using soap altogether. If I could just use brow gel or wig up like this, that would be amazing. I really do love the effect that adding soap to my eyebrows gives because it really holds them in since I have pretty thick eyebrows. Now for these videos, I have seen that they also tint the brows, which I did a video previously on how I tint my eyebrow. We'll link that video down below if you're interested in tinting them afterwards. In a few videos where they use different chemicals. Now there is one where I did find that they do use what looks to me like eyelash glue to hold the lashes up, and then they use the perming solutions. So that's the one that I will be doing because I do believe for the other ones you do need a license for this. So since I'm not licensed, I'm just giving you the cheaper alternative if you guys want to do it at home. So before we head into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new and give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. So let's get started. So one of the things you will need is an eyelash lift kit, which this you can get on Amazon. I will link it down below if you guys are interested in getting the exact same one, but they have a ton in Amazon. You can just look at the reviews, but I'm going to be using this one. You're also going to need some spoolies to brush the hairs up, and of course some dual fiber brushes that you don't mind getting ruined. So these are the two that I'm going to be using. And the last thing that you're going to need is plastic wrap, which we pretty much all have in our kitchen. I have my soap brow on, so I am going to remove this, but this is kind of the effect that I want just without the soap, without having to do the soap, because the soap is pretty hard. I just want to avoid doing extra steps altogether. Now this is supposed to last the same as any eyelash lift, so it should be about 3 weeks or so. You should start noticing that the hairs kind of go back to place. Okay, so I've gone ahead and removed my brows. This is how my eyebrows look with nothing on them. And as you guys can see, they pretty much go straight across. It gets closer to the little tail. They kind of sometimes go down like this, which I hate. So this process of the brow lift is going to obviously make your brows look more lifted and just more feathered, which I love that look. So this is how the lash kit looks. It brings the eyelash glue, and it brings the solutions along with the little tools to lift the eyelashes, and then the little lifting pads as well. So it's pretty much everything that you would need for an eyelash lift kit, which we're going to use for this. Now, of course, you can use any eyelash glue that you have at home, but I am going to use the one in the kit. I don't know if this one's any good. Okay, so I'm going to apply the lash glue in sections, starting with the front of my brow. This is where the spoolie comes in. You're just going to lift the eyebrows up. I did look online to see how much the kits were if you were to just get the brow lamination ones, and they're pretty expensive too. So I think this is like the cheapest route you can go. And you kind of want to flatten it out to your skin because if not, it's not gonna stick. So I do like the front of my brow to go straight up, and then I kind of like it to curve out. Okay, so I actually went in and used another lash glue because that one is just not good. It's not sticking to my skin the way I want it to. So using the number one, which is the perm, this stuff is super stinky, so and you're just going to apply it onto your eyebrows. Okay, so we're gonna leave this on for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eyebrow. Now this is one of my favorite brows. Like if I had to pick a brow, this is the one that I like the most. Do you guys have a favorite brow? So I'm taking more of the solution and applying it to the other brow. I'm gonna go ahead and put my plastic wrap on. I find that some put it all the time and then some people only put it in the second solution, but I am gonna go ahead and put it for both because I'm not an expert. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on. Look a little crazy. It's okay. It's all about the brows. This is a look. Pose. Okay, so my time's up. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this film. Okay, so I wiped off most of the product on this eyebrow, and now I'm gonna go in with solution number 2, and then I'm going to apply it with my other little brush that I have. Generous amount on the other eyebrow. Now I am hoping to look like Brooke Shields by the end of this, so let's just hope for the best. No, this one doesn't smell as bad as the other one. That first one. Set my timer and apply my wrap. And we're gonna wait 10 more minutes for this to fixate everything that we did. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes and we're all done. Go ahead and throw these out. Now to remove everything, I am gonna use solution number 3, which is this oil. It's called Nutrition. I'm gonna go ahead and use the solution and I'll be right back. So yeah, I went ahead and used step number 4 and removed it, which seems like alcohol to me. I did brush them up a little bit so as you guys can see how fluffy they are. Absolutely love it. Now I do notice that the tail of my eyebrow is not as fluffy as the rest. I feel like it didn't hold as much because this is the area where I have the most stubborn little hairs where they tend to kind of go down. But I mean, I don't mind. This is how they look with nothing on, just a little brushing of them. Absolutely love, love, love how they look. So now that you're done, now would be the perfect time to go ahead and tint them. This would finish the entire brow and will help with the little sparse area. However, I do have a video on how I tint my eyebrows, which I will link down below for you guys, like I mentioned earlier. Go ahead and use some brow powder to just fill them in because I am not tinting them today. So they are all filled in with brow powder. Again, you can go with a little bit of brow gel if they're just a little too wild for you. I do love this feathery look. So this is the perfect DIY if you want to try the brow lamination at home. It's super easy. Again, I will link all the products that I used down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.